Alright guys, it's me, the Tycoon, coming back to you with another review. And this is of Justice League, Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3. So we've been waiting for this. It's here, it's happened. If you've not seen it yet, well, that's fine. You should watch this if you're a DC fan. This is the end of the Tomorrowverse, which sets place after the events of of the Justice League Apocalypse War, where everything gets reset. So this brings it all to an end. And from this, what you've had is a multiverse which has culminated, and let's get cracking with the storyline and what happens next. So everything continues after the end of part 2. The Anti-Monitor finally shows his physical form, unleashing wave after wave of antimatter that's destroying every single planet Earth within the multiverse. That leads to the destruction of that universe. And then you've also got other things that are taking place as well. The death of the Monitor at the hands of Supergirl. And because of that, it unleashes a wave of energy that takes out every single planet Earth within those multiverse and puts it into one pocket universe dimension away from the Anti-Monitor. So, what happens is that during this time, which is around 8-9 months after the events, Earth is every planet Earth is trying to get its resources together, it's trying to function, it's trying to make sure that things are okay, and suddenly the Anti-Monitor finds them, makes a portal, breaks away, and starts taking out planet by planet, one at a time. Each time he does it, goes back, takes a rest period, comes back in a little bit later, does the same thing. And it's quite bad, because our resident megalomaniac Lex Luthor is the one that caused all of this. Shock horror, because he reached out to the Anti-Monitor just to find out, sacrificing a couple of planets worth of billions of people. Yeah, it's not a problem. Let's sacrifice these planets. We now know what this guy is all about. We've found his defenses. We can take him out. Doesn't quite go according to plan. Again, try and use Superman as the conduit. Supergirl gets in front because she's faster in terms of flight, can absorb more energy, so on and so forth, and she gets revenge for the loss of her brainiac boyfriend. That's what we're thinking. Constantine, Dr. Fate, they're all back in this again. Batman is doing his thing, and because Batman and Dr. Fate get into the mind of Constantine, they unravel his memories. They unravel and understand what has caused all of this. And it has been Constantine. Constantine gave a spell during the end of Apocalypse War to the Flash. Go back into back into history. You can fix things. I'm not going to give away how he fixed things because it's quite dark, and you should watch it. But things go back to how they need to be, into one single universe at the end of it. There was a couple of problems with this, but you know what? And the problems were short and simple. No one's attached to Supergirl, so when you see the heroic, the cover scene, this is actually from the Crisis on Infinite Earths comic line. This is iconic. But no one actually likes Supergirl because you haven't built up. You spent part 2 building up attachments to a character no one has heard of, no one has seen, no one understands, and his usefulness is only for like 20 seconds. Just to power up Warworld. That's all his thing was about. And you wasted part 2 on that. It was so convoluted and boring, you had to stay awake to, lots of coffee to watch part 2. all for it to come together in part 3, and it was like, okay, she's dead. Let's see what happens next. And I will do a little bit of spoiler alert. They do get rid of the anti-monitor, only for 10,000 anti-monitors to turn up, and then you see the multiverse being totally wiped away. And it's kind of sad watching some things get wiped away. Others were like, oh, okay, that's cool. Gone. But two of the things that got wiped away where it kind of like, it hit you hard, especially if you grew up on the animated series of the Justice League animated series and Justice League Unlimited. You finally saw Green Lantern and Hawkgirl get together. And of course, the perfect send-off for Kevin Conroy's Batman from the Batman the Animated Universe, which also included Mark Hamill as the Joker returning for one final time. Same with Batman, and seeing Kevin Conroy and listening to him. Yeah, compared to the Justice League, the Suicide Squad game, and the way how they sent him off that way, which was absolutely disastrous. This was the perfect send-off. So rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. It would have been nice to have seen some of the Justice League animated series, Superman come back in again. Would have been good to see that, but it is what it is. Was it the perfect ending to this series of the Tomorrowverse? People didn't like the Tomorrowverse, and that's because no one quite could grasp what is going on with it. What's the plan? Where are we heading? Why is this the case? Blah blah blah. It was okay. Send off. Restart the universe again. Let's see what happens. Let's see what goes forward. But perfect. Honestly. I think they they focused a lot on John Constantine and had done a good move with that. But Constantine, being the guy that he is, who likes to cause all the trouble that he can, led to more trouble. So, maybe take him out next time. Sorry if you're a John Constantine fan, but he done it. Anyway, if you watch this, I want to know what your thoughts are, especially if you're a DC fan. Right now DC is going through a resurgence, and we've seen with James Gunn, he's bringing everything into one universe, animated, live action movies, as well as shows. Try and bring it all into one coherent universe. I think it's going to work. I don't think this worked too well, and I'm glad to see the back of it. Anyway, but let me know, guys, as always, like, subscribe, share, follow, whatever platform you're on, and let me know what you think about this in the comments. If you don't know how to do that, you all need to go back to school. So says the TYCOON.